Hey everybody, it's Cindy over at Paper Old and New. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I was talking earlier, if you've been watching my videos and keeping up, I was talking how the front end of my summer was my busy period, which is why I wasn't around last Friday for an additional pocket to the idea book, but we'll pick that back up again as I'm getting myself back into my groove. It's been a hectic front end of my summer. I'm coming back to you though. We're still working with envelopes. I got a couple more I want to do, probably this one. And then I actually am going to sit down next week and we are going to look at making different flip-flop bases so that you can have, if you like making flip-flop journals, you can have a couple different kinds that you just kind of have ready to cover and use. So that's where these next two videos are going to be. And then we will have a let's look at what we made with all our junk mail envelopes. Today we are making something I saw Miss E make while I was away, and I really like this idea. And we make this out of junk mail envelopes. Mine have windows. She was using some envelopes somebody had sent her and they did not have windows in them. But I'm just going to cover the window up. We're not going to keep the window. So basically what we're going to do is you are going to need a junk mail envelope or any kind of envelope really. And you're going to cut off your unclean top and you're going to keep this open because it's going to be some pockets. Now, there's one thing that I might do that she didn't do, and we'll see how it goes, but I'll show you how I prep the pocket. So first we're going to get a glue stick. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get a glue stick and we're going to go right along here and we're going to close this pocket up. Okay. Just close it. Make sure you don't close your actual envelope. And then what you're going to do is, this is a great way to use, these were torn open. I don't know if you can see that there. They're tattered and torn. These were torn open at the top. So this is a great way to use envelopes that, you know, you tore open at the top and you don't, it's not fixable kind of. I mean, it's just too tattered to, and you want to cut that top part off. This is a great way to do that kind of an envelope. So we're just going to cut, I'm not even going to cut 1/4 of an inch off of the top of here. I just want to open the envelope up. This one's going to be wider than the other two. You can make these any width. It'll be based on the envelope you have and what you cut off of it. Right? So these can be any width. And there our our envelope is open, and then you just fold it in half. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and fold it so that I know where I'm gluing my paper. That one has actually a long window, so. All right, and then basically what we're going to do is, let's see, I think I was going to use this one here just because. Now what she did was she went a little over so that the paper folded. The back part gets glued down in your journal, so you don't need to cover the back. That's how this ends up being about 4 pockets. So we're going to glue a cover on the front. Oh, my glue's all gooey again. And I'm going to go right over this window. I don't want the window. We're not going to use the window. We're just going to cover the envelope. And I think these are a great idea. The one thing that she didn't do that I think I might do just because, and this would be preference. I mean, this is a great idea. This is just something that I noticed that I think, well, I'm going to do it to this side, so maybe I can get rid of the dotted line strip. I don't know if the space is wide enough. Okay, we're going to pull that all the way over to the edge. I love lining up edges. Because that's my folded edge, so I can't trim it. Guys, we're starting off great. Okay, so that's that. And then she did it a little over the fold. And then we're just going to cut off all the excess. So we're going to cut along here. Right? And we can hold on to that for something else. And then we're going to cut along. I'm going to cut this off. I don't need all this excess paper back here. I mean, you could just glue it down, but honestly, it could be used for something. So I'm just going to cut it off. And like I said before, that's going to be the inside of a pocket. So I might tape it, would be the only thing I would do. Because, and only because I don't think it glued down all the way, and I don't want it to catch on anything. Okay, so let's cut this last edge off. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so the front of our pocket is covered. Now, of course, you can embellish this up more. And then the idea would be that you would glue it in here, and this would be a top load pocket, right? So you would load from the top. Now we're going to cover the middle. Okay, now the middle you have a couple options with this. You can either decorate it with just more decorative paper, or you could make it something that you might be able to write on, right? So maybe you put something in here that's journaling paper or from a pad, or just that it's really light and is can be written on. Maybe it's coffee dyed paper like this, which I might use for the bottom part down here. Now she did hers with one big piece. And a pocket does go down there in the bottom. So maybe I'll bring the journaling space up into the fold. Let's go ahead and glue this down. And yeah, there's going to be a pocket on the inside, a little pocket. I thought these were fun. They seem like they would be quick and easy. Great use of scraps. Because, I mean, obviously, this isn't a full-size piece of paper, so just get it nice and flat so it's easy to write on. And there we have some writing space in there, which we can decorate. Just trim off these excess edges. Like I said, great use of scraps. And I probably should not have folded that until it dried, because I have this here. Although that's going to be a top edge, so you won't notice it. It's not going to be opening and closing. I mean, let me rephrase that. It will be opening and closing, but you won't see that. Okay, we're going to leave this open for now. Let's find something to make a pocket out of. I am pulling scraps, guys. Right over here off to my side is a whole pile of them. So I am just pulling from my scrap pile. And we can make a little pocket on here. I'm not sure if I want to use this because I don't want the pocket to be that tall, and I don't know if I want to cut the flower off. Let's see what else I've got over here. I've got a ton of stuff over here, guys. I'm not hurting for scraps on the side of my desk. So how is everybody else's summer going? Mine has been crazy. Like, I can't get out of my own way crazy. I come home and I can't get out of my own way. I have scraps over here. I have scraps over here. What if we do bees? Let's do bees. I'm just going to make it a kind of a little pocket. We don't want it to be big. Yeah, go ahead. Ask me what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm telling you guys, I go away for a little while and suddenly I forget how to use my crafts stuff. All right, let's cut this. I'm just going to go ahead and take this strip off here. So we're going to cut that off so that it's the right size. And then I'm going to cut just above this fold because I want to fold over some paper to reinforce the edge of the pocket. Okay. So right here where we, just this little piece that we folded to get the height that we wanted. And then we'll just take this and, oh, that's too small. I need to wipe this off, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do cleanup when you're not looking. Like my craft room is ever clean when you see it. Every so often I come to you after I've gone through a massive reorganization and I'm like, look, it's beautiful. Like right after my hiatus, it was gorgeous for about 5 minutes. I just can't help it, guys. I work in a mess, I guess. All right, and then we're going to glue this down on the inside. Oops. All right, so this will go right in here. Just like that. And it gives you a little pocket right here. Right, and then your journaling space. And then I think we're going to get that piece back. This piece. Should I turn it upside down? I might turn it upside down. Because my thought was to tear it right across here. I want the B. So if I tore off too, I don't want, Fold is way down here. I don't want to cut off, I don't want to tear off too much. That's where it has to come to. So let's tear on the other side of that. We'll glue it down here like this. Yeah, I like that, even though it's upside down. I didn't want to tear the B off because of the B's down here, and I thought it would tie together. And the word postcard's upside down, but I could probably, I don't know, we'll see. I don't necessarily mind it too much, so we'll just see how it goes. And look, I got my ink back, guys. I'm done traveling, so I don't have my kit all made up for traveling, so now I have my ink back. So I can ink this, and we'll ink this side. And we're going to try and glue this down along this edge. Then I won't have to worry about my journal paper like lifting up in any of the corners. It looks like it wants to, like I didn't glue it down all the way, but every time I touch it or move it, it's fine. So I don't know. We'll just go like that, a little over the edge, and if I missed some, we'll go back and stick some more glue underneath of there. Guys, I found out this week I am not as young as I used to be. Oh, I put glue down too far, actually. So, a little bit. My sister and I took 6 kids, to an amusement park. You know, one of the big ones. We went to King's Dominion. Anybody ever been to King's Dominion? It's in Virginia. Some of my travels this summer. And it was hot. And we were outside. We opened and closed the park. I'm getting too old for amusement parks, guys. Which really is awful because I love amusement parks. I love rides. Even now at my age, I still love them. But my stomach is always like, no, you can't. Stop it. I'm like, but why not? Because I feel like, I mean, they're still fun to me. I like roller coasters. I like all that kind of stuff. But my, no. And it's really only my stomach. Because I get motion sick now. Any of you have that problem? Okay, so that's one covered. Let's put that one off to the side. Okay, here's another one, and I was thinking I would put this on the front. So let's cover this. I do not have any thoughts on the inside of this one or anything either, so we'll see how it goes. Yuck, I'm going to have to retire that rag soon. So we'll see how this one goes, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with the last one. I do not have a plan for that one. These two I got out, and then I grabbed an extra envelope just to give you an idea for prep. But like I said, great way to use junk mail envelopes that are just all torn up at the top. We're going to put more on here. And that way we don't have to worry about it. Okay. Whoa. Squeezed a ton of glue out of there. Okay. Anyway, ooh. I am going to put a piece of tape on this one. Okay, so this inside part where this piece is torn away, this is going to get covered. So I'm not so worried about this. But this is going to be the back of my pocket. And if you glue this down as a pocket, you're only going to be gluing along that seam. So we're going to take a piece of masking tape and glue, because it's torn there. So this would be something you might consider doing if you're using a torn up envelope. And glue that doesn't want to cooperate. Go away. No, that has nothing to do with it. But I just feel like when you glue it down, you don't want to, I mean, technically, I suppose it will self-repair, but you're only putting a line of glue. If I was gluing the whole thing down, I wouldn't care. Because obviously, if you're gluing the whole thing down, it's not going to matter. But because I only want to put a line of glue down along the edge to make it a pocket, I'm not as okay with those torn spots. So I'm just going to, I even put crooked tape on crooked, guys. All right, let's cut this off. And hopefully by the time we're done futzing around with these, I will have, these will have dried and we can fold them back up. Uh-oh. Yep, I just cut that open. I suppose it was bound to happen to me one of these days. I'll just have to put a little glue in there. Okay, let's get rid of all this. And we have that front. Okay, now let's do the inside. Now, again, they don't have to be all, it doesn't have to have journaling space. Like I put a little bit of journaling space to go behind the pocket in this one and then decorated the top. You could make it all journaling space, or you can just decorate the inside and not worry about it. So not wide enough. That's not. Is this? Just barely. I don't like that with that. I know you don't see them together, but I still don't like them together. I don't want them on the same thing. I actually have paper that goes with that clock. I should see if I can find any more of it. Here it is. This paper. Oh, that's butterflies. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. Who knows? Maybe we'll use it for the other one. This paper, it goes with this. It's from this same kit. So maybe we'll put this in here. And I know exactly what I want to use, at least on the bottom, for a little bit of color. So let's put that down. Wait. Oh, that is my flip up. That means that's going to be under my pocket. Oh, that means we're going to put this all the way down, guys. We're going to put it all the way to the bottom. I'm going to cover the whole thing, and then I'll put a pocket over the bottom part. That will repair that part. Okay. So let's do it. I was going to say, you were spitting out glue like a fountain a second ago. Don't be stubborn now. Everything's sliding. I just have to go down far enough. Oh, well, I put glue all the way down, so I have to go all the way down. Okay. And like I said, that's just because of that one spot where the envelope is not one piece anymore. And once we get this cut, we're going to repair this top where I cut it open. So we'll cut this off of here. Not sure which side I cut open, so we'll have to look at it. But both sides need a little extra glue. So I have to put a little bit of glue right here. This is where I slit. I cut into the I cut into the fold of the envelope. So there's a little spot right there where it opens at the bottom. Okay, let's put this back on here and up there, and put this over here with its pin in it. And we have to do the pocket for this one. I want to put, I think, one of these on here. And I can fold that piece over as the... Okay, so we're going to take off this. Okay, and then we have to figure out, I'm going to take off, I might just fold it around, actually. No, I can't. That's my open side. I can't fold it around. I do want to trim the bottom. Sorry, I'm down here at the bottom. My glue pad is in the way. I want to trim the bottom just because there is a line that makes it look like I miscut the border. And I don't want that on there. Okay. All right, so this will go down as our pocket, and we're going to fold over this part that says like Rome and all that. So we'll glue that down. And there we go. All right. So yeah, anyway, I tried my best to keep videos going while I was gone. You'll notice that you did have a Monday and a Wednesday video. I did not, however, make a Friday video. I thought I would have time when I got home, and I just didn't. I just didn't have the time. So sorry I missed you guys Friday. I will get back into organizing and doing some more pockets for the pocketbook. I'm also considering starting my tag book and then alternating. So, all right, let's, I am going to have to cut that off. I don't know why I'm acting like I had this thought I was going to wrap it around, and then I figured out that I couldn't do that, and then I never went anywhere with it. So we're going to cut this excess off, and then we'll glue our pocket down. Okay. I'll just glue it. I'm not going to do any rounding. Although with the clocks, I might round the tops. Let's see. Let's see if it'll let me, because my glue stick glue is still wet. Oh, nope, it worked. This is some of those old posters. You know, they used to do travel posters and movie posters, and it's a whole sheet of those all collaged together. So I thought, and I used part of it for something, I don't remember what. And I had this strip left. So there we go. Okay, so let's put these edges down. All right. So that's that one, and now we just need to do this one. All right, let me see. What other scrappies do I have? Using up scraps. I'll put this one here. Now this is cardstock. So take a little bit off of this side. And how wide is this? 2, 3, 4 inches. So let's cut this 4 inches wide and then see. I might cut it slightly over 4 inches wide. And then I'll put the overhang on the open side so that it gets cut off. Okay, let's open it up. And we're going to put this on here. Let me get my glue mat back that I just got rid of. And, oh, let's put it right side up, guys. I think this will be fun to decorate with the letters in the background. So let's do that. Come on, you're down there. I have discovered, going back to my King's Dominion woes, I have discovered that Dramamine works pretty good for like motion sickness for... Uh-oh. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm going to put this on here because I put the glue down, but then I gotta go balance my washing machine. Okay, I think it's going to work now. No promises, but... And in the meantime, my Fabri-Tac is... You know, for the amount of money you spend on that glue, for as much of it as you lose out the top. Wait, this is what I was talking about when I said the overlaps on these little pieces that don't get glued down in on the envelope. I'm so tired, it's making me tense. I can feel it. I'm like ready to get angry at everything. So I'm trying to laugh about it so I don't get mad. Okay, so that's out there. Now, what do we want to do in here? Maybe something decorative that we can still write on, but keeping with the same colors. That might be a tall order. I might just put this in here. And then put a pocket on it. And it will not be writing space. Whatever you tuck in it can be your writing space. This envelope, luckily, is white inside. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this down then. And then we'll pick something to make it the pocket. I might, these weren't wide enough, were they? Neither of them. And not that way. No. Okay, so we have to figure out something else to make a pocket out of. I don't know if we'll get to decorating, guys, but you get the idea of what they are. And I also want to show you the one modification that I'm thinking about making. I'm going to make it to 1 and see how it works. And then, you know, of course, you can decide on your own what your preference is for it. I have to thank Miss E again for one of her wonderful ideas. She was so funny when I was watching the video. I remember her saying that she had some envelopes and she didn't know what she was doing. Oh, envelopes and scraps, I think. It's been a little while. But I think she said envelopes and scraps and she didn't know what she was doing. I just chuckled because I was like, that sounds like me every time I go in my craft room. So, yeah. But these are a great addition to a journal as far as places to tuck stuff. I have a love-hate relationship with pockets. I love making them. I love the idea of them. When I go to fill my journal with ephemera, I start like going, I have another pocket to fill. What am I going to put in this one? I'm out of cards. You know, it's like, well, just pull out the scraps and make some cards, which is what I'm going to have to start doing, is just pulling out all the scraps from making the journal and making cards. Some of the time it has to do with the fact that my pockets, some of the pockets I put in my journals are big because I like the big pockets. Some of them are big, and when I go to, I just put that on there upside down, guys. And it's probably burnished and everything, and now it's not going to come off. Is it? Nope. It's down. It's upside down because it folds this way, so when it flips up, it's like that. So, like, it folds here. This one's not dry, but it's kind of a mess, so it doesn't really matter. You open it up like that. I'm so mad. I could kick myself. I am so mad. I told you things were making me mad today. Plus, this one isn't folding real well, which is also kind of making me mad. Okay. Now, I got a fold in it. Okay, well, anyway, the idea behind this is that you have a pocket across the bottom, which would have been this. But as you can see, I messed it up. Now, I could just take more cardstock and put a cover on it. Let's fix it, guys. That's trash. We need this to be 4 inches wide. This is going to make me mad because I'm not going to be able to line the stripes up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The stripes don't line up. Which is going to bug me. Okay. We're going to glue it down anyway and hope for the best. Okay, now, the idea here, and of course because this one was wet and I folded it to fix it and all that, it's a mess. But the idea here is for you to have a side pocket in here and then another side pocket back here. But when you open this up, there's nothing to keep those two pockets from meeting. So my thought was to run a bead of glue either above the pocket fold or below it. I'm thinking below it. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to run a bead of glue and we're going to glue the pocket halfway in the middle. Just one line. Just like that. Okay, can you see where I did that? And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to glue that shut right there. That was kind of a wide line of glue, so my pocket got really, my bottom pocket got a little smaller. You could glue right on the fold. I don't know how that would affect the fold when the glue dried, is the only reason I didn't do it. I already have enough trouble with this one as far as folding goes. So I didn't want to make another problem. See how this one's being all ripply and whatnot? So now you have a pocket down here and you have a pocket up here and they're separate. And then it still folds in. You glue it down. So you would glue here, here, and here. Yeah, this one would make a good page hangover. Just because of the fact that both sides got decorated. So let's go back to the very first one and see about folding it. So it's going to fold like that. Okay, and then we're going to put glue or not. Oh, it opens up here. Okay, so what's my top? That's my pocket. So this is my top. So we're going to glue right along the fold again. I just want to separate the pockets. Now, obviously, this is just a personal thing. If you don't care if the pockets are separate, don't run this line of glue. The other thing you could do, and I thought about, was you could make it so that when you open it up, what you have tucked in there is a folded piece of journaling paper, like you would pull a letter out of an envelope. So when you open this up, well, I can't do it with that one, but when you open this up, if you had a full piece of paper in there, it would just fold with your flap. And you could have a whole piece of paper in there to journal on, and just when you open it up, you just slide it out, you write on it, you slide it back in, you fold the thing down like that. So that's the other possibility for that. But if you're going to have separate tags in there, I just feel like when you go to do this, I mean, the fold will probably keep them separate, but I don't know. That's just my thing. I stuck a line of glue in there. I'm not going to glue that one, but this is what we made from our envelopes today, guys. We made these little flip-up things, and I like this with the journaling space. It's got a little pocket. We have this one with a little pocket. No journaling space on this one. You could maybe put a little flippy pad up here or something, or a piece of paper or whatever. And then the front, which could be embellished. I almost think that doesn't need any embellishment, but I might put like some pearls or buttons, or, you know me and buttons, guys. I love my buttons. So that might get a button. As a matter of fact, it probably will get a button. I love buttons. I don't know. That's just a thing. We didn't get a pocket on here. That was the only thing we didn't do. You know what? Let's do this, actually. Let's just go like this. This is cardstock, so I don't need to reinforce it. This envelope has way too much cardstock on it. We're just going to put that down there. It's not straight. Okay, there we go. And then somehow I managed to make this nice, quick, short little video, an hour long. Okay. And there's that one with a pocket. All right. So we were able to fix it. And these are a lot of fun. So I hope you like these. I hope you'll give them a try, and I will link E's video in my description box so that you can go check out hers. She's putting hers in a specific journal, so you can see her, glue it down and get the idea of how they're being used. And I will see you guys in the next mess video. Bye-bye.